Ladies and gentlemen, we just got an absolutely bombshell report coming out of the United Kingdom, and so right now I'll tell you what, things are not looking good for British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. And by the way, real quick, for all of my Americans here in the audience, make sure to stick around for today's entire video because all of this actually relates to us in a pretty serious way. But now, as many of you know, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is perhaps most well known for his weak stance on immigration, continuing to not only allow never-ending waves of third-world immigrants to invade the United Kingdom, but even worse, whenever they commit any crimes, Starmer just turns a blind eye. In fact, this issue with two-tiered justice in the United Kingdom has become so bad that people have started calling Keir Starmer two-tier Keir, because it seems as if none of the third world immigrants are ever held accountable for their criminal behavior. And so folks, that is really the topic of today's video because like I said, today we have some bombshell news. You see, just earlier today, Conservative member of the British Parliament, a guy named Rupert Lowe, has just released the findings of an absolutely massive years-long inquiry in which he's discovered that, over the last 60 years, over 85 individual local authorities all across the entire United Kingdom actually protected and played coverage for foreign trafficking gangs. Now, generally speaking, these trafficking gangs are composed of foreigners from the Middle East and Africa that prey on young British girls, not just trafficking them, but also abusing them in numerous terrible ways as well. The situation is very bad, to say the least. So bad, in fact, that even Elon Musk had to get involved earlier this morning, posting this on X. 85 cities in Britain where local authorities were complicit in the abuse of children. And the reason why he posted this is because, frankly, this level of cover-up is just completely disgusting and absolutely unbelievable. It's offensive to the sensibilities of anyone with even the slightest amount of compassion or desire for justice. But now, you might be asking yourself why the British authorities would be playing coverage for all of these foreign gangs. Well, the reason why they've worked to cover up all of this predacious behavior is because no one wanted to be called a racist or a bigot. Seriously, here's the terrible truth. Everyone that turned a blind eye over the years to all of this predatory behavior targeted at children made the deliberate and intentional decision that they'd rather allow children to be abused than get called a racist. Not only is this incredibly cowardly, but also it's absolutely reprehensible. And so, because of all of this cowardice, check this out. Between the years 2021 and 2024, migrant sex convictions in the United Kingdom surged by a whopping 60%. So not only are these immigrants not assimilating into British culture, to say the least, but they're actually terrorizing and preying on the British population. But you know what? That's not all. Take a look at this other stat that is absolutely shocking and disgusting. Despite being only 9% of the British population, immigrants account for 18% of all of the sex crimes in the entire country, meaning that all of these third world immigrants are committing these types of crimes at 2 times the rate of the rest of the British population. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be a cultural incompatibility issue here, to say the least. But now folks, at this point, I want to show you guys a video that right now is currently going viral in which a young British girl recently had to protect herself and her friends from a predacious immigrant, exactly what we've been talking about today. First, however, I do want to say real quick that if you folks enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. But okay, check this out.
You don't dare!
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't! Hey, I'm fucking profit! You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking with us?
These are fucking kid bashers!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from her!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch her!
That's
Touch
it,
me.
that's
Do
it.
whatever you
Show the
want to
knife.
do. Don't touch my little sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She ain't fucking 12! Where's her fucking touching me? She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Where's my fucking touching me?
Yeah, show the knife. Maracha.
Don't touch her down to me! Don't touch her!
And so folks, regrettably, this is the reality in which young British girls have been forced to live. Because of their own government's refusal to protect them from violent third world immigrants, these young British girls are being forced to take matters into their own hands in order to keep themselves safe. Oh, and by the way, guess what? As it would turn out, this 14-year-old girl was actually reported to the police by the very immigrant that was trying to prey on her and her friends, and now she has caught a charge for brandishing a bladed weapon. You seriously can't make this stuff up. Keir Starmer's government not only turns a blind eye to all of the violent third world immigrants, but then he also punishes any brave young Brits that actually have the courage to defend themselves. It's absolutely sick. But so folks, at this point in today's video, I want to double back to Elon Musk because just a couple of weeks ago, he actually issued a very important and pertinent message as it relates to all of this. So ladies and gentlemen, check this out.
The mass immigration is insane and will lead to the destruction of any country that allows unfettered mass immigration. That country will simply cease to exist. At the end of the day, it is a numbers game, a numbers situation. If there are 8 billion people in the world, and let's say you're a country of 50 million, 60 million, or for a medium-sized country, but even for a country like the United States, which is 350 million, given that there are 8 billion people in the world, it only takes a few percent of the rest of the world to move to the country to where it is no longer that country. A country is not its geography. A country is its people. This is a fundamental concept that should be obvious.
And so folks, what do you say we really break down that idea? In recent years, the United Kingdom has brought in millions of immigrants from the third world. Has life in the United Kingdom gotten better? Have the streets become safer and cleaner? Is everyone happier? Of course not, absolutely not. These third world immigrants have, in essence, brought the third world with them, and now young British girls are being forced to arm themselves because their government has completely betrayed them. And so yes, Elon Musk is absolutely right. What matters is the people. There's a reason why all of our Western world nations have thrived throughout history, whereas other nations have not. It's because of the people living in these nations. It really is that simple. And so folks, this is why it's so important that not only do we secure our borders, but also that we conduct mass deportations. We've tried flooding our country with immigrants from all over the world, and things have only gotten worse. So now, between you and me, I think it's time that we start giving our own people a chance, because that is what it's going to take to finally put America first.